Don't think body is all pervasive. Never have this. I was studying in my Sandeepni. So we had a meditation class from 5:30 to 6 o'clock. So one brahmachari was there after meditation. Generally I was not talking. So he said, listen, he took my name, earlier name. He said, listen, I had a very nice meditation today. So I said, what was the meditation today? So he said, our teacher was telling Atma is all pervasive. I said, yes. And I really felt it today. I said, how did you feel it? He said, I felt my body is expanding. Whole stomach has pervaded Bombay. And feet has pervaded the whole earth. And I am all growing, all head is there towards the space and everybody. I said, you become Rakshas or what? So, this is a sign of demon. This is not a sign of Atma. He said, see, you don't disturb me in the morning. First I had a nice meditation and you are disturbing me. I said, no, this is not the meaning of all pervasive. All pervasive is not the meaning for the Atma and for the body. Body is one of the one speck of the superimposed. Your one body, out of the whole world, this is one small speck of the superimposed which is going to disappear. It has nothing, no reality. Which you think, my body has, I have to go I'm going to shampoo my hair, I have to go for threading today. Hardly any eyebrows are there going for today. Or I am going for shaving today. Or I'll jump, I'm going to fit my body. Fever has to be maintained, and do exercise, and I have to eat. I have to, lot of nice sweater is there. Lot of attention. This body is purpuria. This is like a bubble. It has no existence. It will disappear in no time. हमने कहा, what are you talking? That all pervasive word is for the Atma consciousness, not for your body. Don't make this mistake. Well, are you jealous of me? I said, no, I'm not jealous of you, but I'm just telling you. I wish you all the best in your meditation. I said, then supposing I also become all pervasive like that, then my body will hit your body. And my stomach, your stomach was Bombay, I was from Pune. So if this happens, my stomach will hit your stomach. This is not the meaning of all pervasive in the body. So please don't make weird things in your mind. Therefore, if you don't learn properly from a teacher, then you will have a lot of confusions on Vedanta. Too much of listening is required, not little listening. Too much of, see, one mantra is there, heavy packed mantra, power packed mantras are there. If you don't revel and dwell and contemplate and reflect, the essence of the meaning will be missed out. Now you must have understood that sa kashtha. Kashtha means acme. Acme means limitless. There is no other limitless. There cannot be two limitless. Well, why not? If one will limit another one, two limitless cannot be there. Well, jitna chaho utna rakh do. Let many limitless be there. One politician went to see football match in India. After the match, he said, it is a matter of great sadness that behind one ball, 22 players are running. So, in next match, we'll provide 22 football. This is the resolution of the present government. So, first time he saw football. He was from a village area, didn't see football properly. So it's not that जितनी आत्मा रख दो जितना चाहो, सब लोग रख लो एक आत्मा, हम भी रखे तुम भी रखो, पर हेड एक आत्मा हो जाए क्या फर्क पड़ता है? सबकी आत्मा अपनी अपनी पर्सनल आत्मा हो गई. Everybody has personal आत्मा, like personal room, personal towel is there. हमारी आत्मा भी रहे, तुम भी रहे, सब लोग रहो, साथ साथ रहो. Let every आत्मा be together. साथ काम करते हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? सवीरियम करवा भाई, हमारी भी आत्मा रहे, तुम्हारी भी आत्मा रहे, सबकी आत्मा अपना आत्मा रहे. कहाँ कोई मना कर रहा है क्या दूसरे की आत्मा को? Is anybody stopping somebody else's आत्मा? अरे पागल राम, foolish person. There are many atmas. And atma is limitless. How can two limitless exist together? And if it बोले नो आत्मा को लिमिटेड कर देते हैं, उसमें क्या है? If you make atma limited, you will experience of space and time in the deep sleep and samadhi. Because anything existing in the time and space will be always experienced with the time and space. Sa kashtha sa paragati. I hope you have understood little better. I can only hope so. हाँ, देखो ट्रैवलिंग हो रही, दिस वॉज द ट्रैवलिंग गोइंग ऑन. इट इज इंटेलेक्चुअल ट्रैवलिंग. इट्स नॉट ट्रैवलिंग इन टाइम एंड स्पेस. इट इज इंटेलेक्चुअल ट्रैवलिंग वेयर यू इलिमिनेट समथिंग एंड सी योर सेल्फ एज डिफरेंट देन. Paragati, that is the acme and that is the last destination. Then what shall I do? So you see the presence and absence of thought in you. Again say, so this body, please note, Muli, Swamiji, I am a human being with a spiritual body, spiritual inclination. People say like that. I am a human being with a spiritual inclination. Vedanta says wrong. You are a pure spirit with the incidental humanness appearing on it. Again say, you are not a human being with a spiritual personality. You are the pure spirit or the self with the incidental appearance of humanness on itself. Humanness is a superimposed entity appearing on the substratum called Atma or the spirit. That means the whole world is in me. Yes. Whole world is in me. Yes. Me means consciousness, not the body. Me means consciousness. Now let me go ahead. Somebody said, bhai, to bada mushkil hai. It is very difficult. As far as listening is concerned, I am understanding it. But when it comes to work, I become sad. Very easily I become sad. Very easily. To make me sad, no effort is required. If I think, sit, I just become sad. And you say Atma is non-modifying. Acha? I become angry also at times. At times or every time? No, at times here I am not getting too angry in ashram. We are quite busy with the notes, etc. But if I go anywhere else and those people are around irritating, so I will definitely get upset. But Atma is not angry because it is not modifying, it is not enjoyed. Well, that is the problem. Because in the Atma there is no anger. I feel anger in me. I feel I will die also. But Atma, you have just now had na jayate mriyate. Atma doesn't die. Bole Atma doesn't die. हम तो मरते ना. No, but what are you? Bole हाँ, sorry, I mistook. I don't die. But all these experiences I don't have. It is true what you are saying. You are saying you are saying body is in me. I am not in body. All these things are so difficult for me. You understand my position, my plight. It is not that easy for me. Something is difficult because you are not practicing it. And something is easy because you practiced it. Difficult and easiness is not in the action, in object. It is your own concepts which is there. For somebody who is dispassionate, for him marrying is very difficult. And for somebody who is extremely attached to somebody, for him not marrying is very difficult. So difficult and easiness depends on what you have practiced it. For somebody, becoming angry is very difficult. There are saints who cannot become angry. It is very difficult to get angry. But for some, anger is on the tip of their nose, although they are Chinese. So, or they have a flat nose. Tip is not there. Anger is so easy for them. But how to make it easy? Ask this question. It's a good question. How to make, I understand. How to make this easy? I'm telling you, now 12th verse is there. Very important verse, better to by heart. एष सर्वेषु भूतेषु. So, देखो कैसा बोला है. This Atma being in all. I need not explain why Atma is in everything. I did not explain that. One day I will call somebody and he used to talk about that. Well, earlier you had test. And now you are saying I'll call somebody and talk about that. What do you want? I have come here for peace of mind. Up to talk about a certain topic, extempore, you need lot of clarity and contemplation on that topic. The purpose was that be ready to express. You give a talk one day, then you understand how difficult it is. When you are well read and well talked and well thought about any issue, then it's very easy. If concepts are not clear, so the student will come, what? About Maya. Maya is. Then he will start. Maya is imaginary. And Maya is not existing. Maya is imaginary, not existing. On the short of words, idea nahi aa raha hai. When you don't have idea, you go into circles then. Maya is very difficult to remove. Everybody is full of Maya. But Maya exists. Lot of silence is there between two sentences. It is not a pregnant silence, abortive silence. ऐसे ठोका पीटा जाता था. Understand what we go through. And if a good student is there, he will come. He said, thank you. Maya is a power of the Paramatma. Maya has another name called unmanifest also. It has Prakriti also. Why Maya is there and is not there, now I am going to explain that. About Maya, this is the topic. That which is not there in the self, but it expresses which is not there, that is the work of Maya. Maya has twofold work. One which expresses what is not there, that is by its Vikshep Shakti. Maya veils what is there, it veils the nature of the self and expresses that which is not there. Like in the dream state is there. Maya is expressing the dreamer and dream world which is not there. But in the dream we forget who we are. That is another work of Maya. So Maya operates in two manners. One it veils something, another it projects something. This is how the talk is started. When opening batsman is good, then it is easy to make the run. So he took off nicely after that. Now let me tell you how Maya acts in our life. Maya acts in our life because although the self is all pervading, but we forget that it is all pervading. We feel I am inside the body. Although I am not doer, not enjoyer, but whole day we are doer and enjoyer. Although I am not of the nature of suffering, because I am non-modifying self, but I feel I am the nature of suffering. We feel I am victimized. We feel I should not be acting. This is where whole Maya is totally full of, whole day is full of Maya only. Because we don't know our own self. It is there, but we don't know it. And therefore we feel I will die. We feel he is mine. When the Atma is non-modifying and all-pervasive self, how can there be existence of somebody else whom you can say he is mine? To say somebody is mine, that person should be different to you. How can Atma say that some other Atma is mine? How can you say somebody is mine? And how can you have Ahankar? Because you have a separate existence. Ahankar means separate existence. This is all going into Maya. Because Maya's address and location is intellectual misconception. The address of Maya is intellectual misconception. And therefore, to treat Maya, you have to go there only, where its headquarters is there. All that is the effect of Maya. But the kingpin or king queen is there only. And therefore Bhagavan says in Gita, Mam Maya Nuratyaya. And this way he will continue. So how these thoughts came? Because of too much of thought, thinking, meditation, reflection. I hope you are clear. Well, please don't ask such thing. I won't come. I will faint. Now this is mentioned as, I'll never know, course is so difficult now. So, Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Gudaha. This Atma is Gudaha. Guda means? But good means Jagri. No, it is Gudaha, not good. Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Gudaha. Guda means hidden. Hidden? Under what? Hidden what? Hidden by ignorance? Who has covered the Atma? Ignorance has covered the Atma. Dekho, please remember. The cover should be bigger than what it is covered. Okay? This tablecloth should be bigger than the table to cover the table. So really speaking, Atma cannot be covered because there is nothing bigger than Atma that it can cover the Atma. But it is written Guda. Acha, one day I was asking you, this is this. So you said it is hand or palm. I said no, light is also there. So this light is Guda because your attention was not on the light. Your attention was the hand. So although seeing, you miss to see that. You see but miss to see that. This is called Guda. In every thought, Atma is where? Atma permeates, pervades what? Every thought. But we miss to see the Atma and we always see the, not even thought, object of thought we see. Supposing you are meditating. In your meditation you have that my son is drinking milk. So at that meditation, you will never think it is a thought. Your attention will go on my son. Our attention is on something with name, form, with finite. And therefore, where thought come and go or don't come and go? Where it comes and goes. Thought comes and goes where? Atma. But we never see the unchanging Atma. We are only interested in the thought and the object of thought. Where thought and coming and going, why don't you see that? That is Guda. Guda means not given attention to. Not given attention to. Non-negligence. Something is there but it is not attended. Unattended. Is there but it is unattended. Neglected. Atma. Why? Because my attention is on small things. My attention is on flimsy things. Wrong things. Yes, sir. My attention is not on the right thing. On finite things. Finite thing is there. Like supposing I ask this. What is this? So you will see paperweight. Right now, this paperweight has weighed the glass. Glass. It's a glass piece of glass only. But paperweight, this name form has weighed the glass. This is called Gudha. Something is there, but my attention is on some name and form. It is on thought. It is on person. Like husband has veiled the man. So man is Gudha. Man, the detached man, is Gudha. He got too attached with the husbandhood. After hood, he hisses. So, hood होता है ना उसका, hood of the cobra. Like some of you have this hood in their sweater. Hood बोलते ना उसको. So, Gudha. Okay. ध्यान देना what I'm going to talk. Body shape. Ramesh has veiled the five element. Actually, this body is only five element. But shape, size has veiled the. My intellect doesn't say it's a five element. It says body. So, Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Gudhotmana Prakashate. And this is not seen. Then this is what I'm asking. How to see that? Keep quiet, I'm telling. Drishyate tu agreya. Don't say drishyate tu agreya. Agreya. Don't say agreya. Agreya. So this is known by buddhi. Which buddhi? Subtle intellect. Yes. What is the meaning of subtle intellect? Sukshmadarshibihi. What is the meaning of subtle intellect? I can understand. What is the meaning of subtle intellect? Subtle intellect means that intellect which can falsify what? Name and form and see what is beyond name and form. Like somebody had Ramji, Hanumanji, Lakshmanji, Murti, gold Murti. So he went to the goldsmith to sell it because he was in dire poverty. So he said, I'm so sad. He said, Acha, this Ramji, Hanumanji. Bole, what is the cost per? Bole, this is the cost. He said, see, this is Bhagwan's Murti. Give me more cost. Now the goldsmith said, Bhai, what? How can I make that? I will give as per the weight. He said, but this is very dear to me. So Ramji and Lakshmanji took. Then he said, but cost more for Hanumanji because Hanumanji is a servant of all. So, but he had a sukshma buddhi. He only saw the gold metal and didn't see the name and form. That goldsmith. Similarly, don't be sad, so poor he was. So similarly, what similarly? Similarly, there is we can't see beyond the indri. We can't penetrate and see the mind. We can't penetrate the mind and see that there is a buddhi. We can't penetrate and see there is a hiranyagarbha. We can't see that there is a avyakt. And we can't see that there is atma. Why? Because we are too attached somewhere. Our mind is occupied by a certain person, certain issue. As if waves have covered the ocean. Who is covering whom? No, it's all in our mind. Our mind's attention is not there. So Sukshma Buddhi means that mind which is trained. Trained for what? Trained to see. See what? See the self and neglect the non-self. See the non-self as false and see the self alone as true. It is called Sukshma Buddhi. He is now trained. Trained for what? Training has to be given. All training is becoming you, making you expert. See what? See that this is false. So in the mind he repeats, not repeats what he has heard. He's convinced. He's trying to reinforce that point. That this is Atma, this is Atma, this is Atma, this is not Atma is false, Atma is true, Atma is true. This is what he repeats it after understanding. Sukshma Buddhi means he has developed an eye to see that. He has developed the mind. Oh, this is the self. Huh? So when he's sad, what he thinks? Immediately he goes inside. He said, who is sad? Atma or number one or number two I? Well, in the Vedanta we heard number two I is sad. If sad is there, who is seeing this sadness? Number one I. I have nothing to do with number two I. Let it be sad. This is called Sukshma Buddhi. Bole, I am father. Who is father? Number one or number two? Number two. So let the father be there. I have no relation with that father. Oh my God. Why? Because I am a Sangh. I am all pervading. So this father is just superimposed on me. This father was not in deep sleep, but I was in deep sleep. This sad person was not in deep sleep, but I was in deep sleep. This sad person is coming and going. I have nothing to do with this sad person. I am just a substratum. This is called Sukshma Buddhi. Developing this insight is called Sukshma Buddhi. Then you can see that. So it is not a spirituality. It is not once in a while you practice it. It is all the time. And supposing somebody is not able to do it, then his practice is very less. Well, how to do it now? Can you tell me? So next verse is on meditation. Would you please come and meditate? To develop this Sukshma Buddhi. Yes, thank you very much. I want to develop. Can we develop by tomorrow evening? No. You got this Sukshma Buddhi. He is training his thought what to see and what not to see. Whole spiritual life is a change in vision. It is change in how to perceive something. How to see sorrow, how to see joy. So here he will not see. He will objectify his sorrow and subjectify the Atma. And we, after healing, we subjectify the sorrow and objectify the Atma. Well, my sorrow is very close. Therefore I say, let no issue come very close to you. You'll be in trouble then. Issue should be like a tissue. Throw it. It's not worth keeping. As easy is it for you to take an tissue and wipe your hand and throw it. Similarly, this world also. This issue is very coming. Keep it at distance. This practice is moment to moment practice. By moment to moment you develop Sukshma Buddhi, subtle intellect, which is discriminating, which is creating a distance between self and not self, which is going back repeatedly to the real I. We'll see more tomorrow.